Time now for Dialed In, powered by FanDuel. Today we're going to focus on the Big Six in terms of Canadians playing this week at the RBC Canadian Open after the Monday qualifying wrapped up. Now 28 Canadians in the field at the RBC Canadian Open, but we've really been focusing on 6 Canucks throughout the year here on GTC. Corey Connors, Mackenzie Hughes, Adam Hadwin, Taylor Pendrith, Adam Svensson, and Nick Taylor. And on FanDuel, you can take a look at who has the shortest odds to be low Canadian for the week. So before I give you the odds, Mark, which Canadian do you think should have the shortest odds to win? Or to be low Canadian? My apologies.
Boy. Oh. Well, I've liked Taylor Pendrith all week, and I keep saying Taylor Pendrith because, he didn't have the PGA Championship he wanted, but he's the winner of the Byron Nelson. He's got a ton of confidence. He putted well. These greens are perfect. If you can get the ball tracking, you will make them. Part of me also is leaning Mackenzie Hughes for that reason because I could see a lot of long putts made here. These are not easy greens, by the way. I just think they're perfect. But he's such a good driver of the golf ball. You need to drive it well here. I believe you need to drive it well. I wish there was a little wind. If there was a little bit of wind, I'd even like Taylor a little bit more because he can kind of flight it. But Taylor Pendrith's my Canadian this week. I think any one of them are capable of doing well, if not winning. I really believe that. But I would go with Pendrith right now, should be the low Canadian.
What do you think, Bob?
I'm going to stick with Adam Hadwin as long as he gets his golf clubs. That would be the first thing. And I like Corey Connors. I think, Mark, you can attest to this or disagree with me that I think getting onto the right part of the greens here is going to be important. And Corey's, we know how accurate he is off the tee. So if his game is on, I kind of like him, but I'm still leaning a little bit towards Adam.
Okay, time now for the big reveal. Corey Connors, the shortest odds to be low Canadian this week at plus 320, followed by Mackenzie Hughes at plus 500, Adam Hadwin plus 650, Taylor Pendrith plus 700, Adam Svensson plus 750, and our defending champion Nick Taylor has the 6th shortest odds to be low Canadian this week at plus 800. Talk about value o'clock there. Mark, what do you think?
I think, guys, that is a comment on some recent form. Like Nick's not had the most recent stretch has not been up to the stretch we saw at the start of the year.
Yeah.
And you also think that might be a statement on what Nick's going to go through this week. Because Nick Taylor this week is going through what Brooke Henderson goes through every single year for the national championship, right? Mm-hmm. She is the face. She has the attention. She is constantly getting pulled at in a million different directions. Nick Taylor this week, yesterday we were giving out bobbleheads of Nick Taylor, right? It's a lot, Bob. Being a defending champion.
It is. For a guy who's not used to it, if you're Rory and you're kind of used to that attention, you're Tiger Woods, you're used to going into the media center every week, you're used to talking to all these people, you're used to getting pulled in here and this way, but for Nick, it's not that it's not completely new, but it's certainly different, especially at this tournament. And if you go back and look at Nick's recent performances, if you take Zurich out, which was the team event that he played really well at, had a 10th place finish with Adam Hadwin, he's only been, since the Masters, he's only broken 70 twice. So he's had a little bit of a bumpy road so far. Doesn't mean he can't turn it on. But the other way to look at it, what we were saying about how much attention and everything, maybe he'll get good feels from being back where he won. Maybe you see his names and his picture and stuff all over the place, and maybe that's good for him.
In his last 5 worldwide starts playing stroke play, his best finish is a T43s.
Who's your low guy on the Team Canada this week?
Well, I was also all over Adam Hadwin, but I'm genuinely concerned
about the golf clubs
now. But I like Mackenzie Hughes. I really do. Mackenzie Hughes right now on FanDuel plus 500 at a couple of good finishes earlier in the year, including that close call at Valspar, that T3, and he's someone who's hungry. He wants to be on that President's Cup team. He was probably one of the guys on the short list who didn't make it 2 years ago. And we know the work he has been doing with speed training but even this year, he has struggled in tournaments that he struggled tee to green, he's putted well, and then vice versa. So that's I'm a little curious about Mac Hughes there, plus 500.
I'll tell you, like I said, if the putter gets hot early, if he starts hitting his lines, because I think with some of these great putters, it's just you get out of the gates and you start starting it where you're looking, and that you get out of the gates on that path where you're hitting your lines. I think these greens are so good. for the good putters, the hole could open look like a bathtub around here if you're a Mackenzie Hughes.
Well, for Corey Connors, second on the PGA Tour in strokes gained approach, 163rd in strokes gained putting so far this season, but he has the shortest odds to be low Canadian this week at plus 320.